Hi, I'm Kate Nash and this is Berlin Music TV.
Rock am Ring Tag 2. Wir sitzen gerade zusammen mit Kate Nash im Dressing Room, kurz vor ihrem Auftritt. Warm welcome, Kate Nash.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, you must have left a pretty good impression the last time you came here, because it's not your first time Rock am Ring.
No, it's not. It feels like the festival that I've been to the most, actually. We were talking about it as we were driving up to it. Because every time you're at like Rock am Ring and Rock im Park, it really I don't know, it's always really epic. Like loads of crazy things always seem to happen here. And I really love this festival.
So you just came in from that show in Rock am Park?
Yeah.
Was it quite okay?
Yeah, it was really crazy actually. We had like a stage invasion at the end of the set during my song Underestimate the Girl, because I was like, come and dance on stage with me, and I didn't realise like everybody was going to come, so like the whole crowd were just like rushing towards, and it got a bit out of control, so I was kind of nuts, but it was really fun though, and everyone was really nice to each other because my fans were all so sweet, so it was just like everyone dancing together and having a good time.
How many people did you pull up there?
How many people was up there? There was like... That's all right. There was like 100 people.
Really? 30 Seconds to Mars did the same last night.
Really?
I think they had like 120 people or something.
So cool.
So, Kate, I was a little surprised when you cancelled a show for a festival gig in England.
I know.
What happened there?
I got strep throat when we were on tour for about 3 months, and I think when you're in the middle of a tour you just kind of keep going, you know. Anytime you get sick your body just like ignores it, or my body just like plows through. And then the first day I got back I was okay, and then the second day I was at my mum's house and I just was like in so much pain. I had it's quite horrible. There's all like it's a bacterial virus, and there's all like white spots at the back of the throat, and I just couldn't talk, and the doctor was like, you can't sing because otherwise you jeopardize the whole summer. So I have like so many festivals, I just had to cancel the first one, so it was a shame. I don't cancel shows, so I really hated doing it, but I think all my fans understood, and you have to like put your health first, because otherwise you know could potentially do more damage.
So you're fully recovered by now?
Yeah, I'm still on my antibiotics, but we did a show yesterday and it felt good to do a gig again, so yeah, I'm okay.
So do you normally take the right measures in order to stay on top and fit for a whole tour?
I don't know. Like I've been trying to be better actually with this record. Because I'm using my voice in a different way and I'm exerting it in a completely different way. So I've been using a steamer, and I've been making more of an effort, a conscious effort to warm up before shows and to use the steamer after shows. But my worst problem is talking, I think, because I like to sort of keep everything really social, and I find it so hard. Like I can't sit in silence in the van, so I spend the whole day like joining in with like every joke and every story, and then I think that's probably where I actually do the most damage to my voice. It's not even singing, it's just me like...
So no more jokes for this tour, huh?
No more jokes.
I gotcha.
That's why I'm dressed so seriously.
Tonight you're gonna be playing in front of I don't know how many thousand people, but you're gonna be visiting us back in Berlin in a while.
I know, yeah. I'm doing some shows in Munich, Hamburg and Berlin in the autumn, so I'm really excited about that, because I played some shows in November 2012, but it'll be really nice to be in Europe again with the record being out, you know, and people actually knowing the songs, so I'm really excited about that.
Alright, tonight you're gonna present, I guess, some songs of your latest album that you brought out?
I am.
Which one's gonna be the opener?
Oh wait, this doesn't go out before the show, does it?
I don't know. You don't want to tell?
But does this will go out after?
Oh, no, it's not live.
Okay, good. So, I mean, I can tell you, because I don't want to spoil the show, but actually, I still don't want to tell you. I want to keep it, you're going to
That's all right.
Watch it.
Oh, I surely will.
You can tell everyone afterwards.
Okay, we'll handle it this way. Your album's been out for a while now, and as we all know, it clearly differs from the first ones you did. For a festival gig, you always have to compress your set list, right? Was it sort of hard to decide whether these ones or those ones, or how do you bring them together?
Yeah, it's quite hard because, I mean, which is a good thing, because I think now, like, having a third record, I've got so many different songs to choose from, which makes it so much more interesting and keeps it a lot fresher, because I can shift things about, and if I get bored of something I can take it out of the set, or I can rework something. So it's almost like the greatest hits, I think, when you're doing a festival, because I just like it to be a giant party for everyone and to try and have as much fun as possible, which is my life motto as well. Just try and have as fun as try and have as much fun as possible, and that's what I think festivals are about. Like, you know, people want to get riled up and have a good time. And
the latest album has been your third and the first one of the major deal that you had before. You know, I heard you talking in interviews that the label gave you quite a hard time over the past couple of years, which is funny because in magazines you often read about your music where they call it indie pop, like independent pop. Would you say that now that you are independent, actually creating music and being an artist is actually more independent?
I mean, it definitely is, because, you know, I don't have that injection of cash from a label, and I'm working a lot more working in a completely different way without a label, you know. Like, I got dropped from my record label last year, and it's been a really interesting journey, because it was quite a shock when it first happened. I was like, whoa, like, I didn't really expect that. But then when I thought about it, I was like, well, maybe I have been acting like an independent artist more anyway. And then I've just learnt so much, you know, like, it's definitely tougher, and I still feel like I'm sort of climbing a hill at the minute, but I think that I'm on the way to, like, being able to get to sort of flatten that out. And I think by the end of this album cycle, it'd be something to be really proud of looking back. And there's a lot more satisfaction when something, you know, I just did 2 sold-out US tours, and I feel really proud of that, and I can sort of show off a bit more about it. I feel like before, I don't know, like, I would never I'd see that as gloating, whereas now I'm like, I've really, like, achieved something, and I feel really proud of it. And I think that comes with age too, of, like, understanding, like, what I'm doing and the things I'm achieving, like, mean a lot more to me. And I've been doing it for 7 years, so I don't really feel in danger of, like, getting an ego about, you know, it, because I would have had that already. But I'm definitely, like, really proud of what I'm doing. And yeah, like, you know, considering a lot more, there's so many aspects to putting a record out and doing it on the level and scale that I want to continue to be able to do it on. Yeah.
Is that independent label that you formed gonna relate to the frequency of how often you're gonna put out releases, or, I mean, do you plan anything right now?
No, because right now I'm just concentrating on shows, and the live show I think is really good and really strong, and we've been on tour for 3 months, so I feel like we've got it to a really good place. And the shows that we're doing in autumn, because we're doing a UK, European and a US tour, so there's, like, you know, I want it to be even better again in the fall, so we'll be working on more things. But I've got sort of ideas for writing up. I honestly, though, I've learnt, like, when you're in the middle of an album cycle, you kind of start thinking about these song ideas, and by the time you've got to the end of it, you're in a totally different mental space about what kind of record you want to put out next. So I have no idea what the future holds, basically.
You know, it reminds me of your one song. I heard you saying about it that like, you had the idea of it sitting very long on your desk, and finally you finished it up.
Yeah.
Are there any more to finish, or did you clear your table right now with the latest album?
I don't know, actually. I think I've sort of, I don't have any ideas that I've hung on, any old ideas I'm hanging on to at the minute. I've got a few new ones, like I'm writing a lot of lyric ideas, and I sort of in sound check a lot of the time, because I'm playing bass now. I write, like, bass lines, and I think, oh, I might like to work on that. So I have a few things, like, I do a lot of writing in my basement, in my flat now. So I sort of sit in there, and there's a few, like, ideas that I work away on, but nothing that's, like, because a lot of the ones I was working on for actually, that sentence, I'm not even going to finish it because that's not true. So
we just have
I was just going to say something then that was total bullshit, so I'm not going to say it now because I realised, you know, when you're just talking. So.
Talking about playing bass.
Yeah.
The bass was obviously the strongest instrument throughout the whole album.
Yeah.
Did you totally shift your songwriting to, like, where you start with the bass line and all build it up from there?
Yeah, the majority of the songs are written on bass because I just loved, like, I played in a punk band called the Receders on bass, and then once that sort of finished, I was like, oh, I really love that, and I want to bring that to my own songwriting. So I started just writing my own songs on bass, and loved it and really connected with the instrument. And I was sort of powerless in my personal life, and playing bass was the only way I could feel powerful and like strong. So I went to my rehearsal room every day and would just play and write songs, and like and simply, it sounds kind of silly, but just because like the bass is a heavy instrument, it does make you feel powerful, because you're like, oh, I'm so strong, I can carry this heavy bass and like write songs on it and play it, and you feel empowered by that. And then I really like the way the bass is just like, you know, simple and just low, like loud, like strong notes, and I can decorate everything else afterwards. It's just like simplicity when I'm writing, and I really enjoy it.
I have one more question for you.
Go for it.
For our festival interviews, we like to ask our guests their personal recommendation for this year's festival lineup.
Oh,
so
cool.
if you want to take a look. And
okay. So I would recommend Papa Roach, because I saw them today and it was awesome. And I would probably recommend Jake Bugg, because he seems really cool. And who else? Oh, I'm looking at the other days. Oh, Sport for Distiller.
You know him?
Yeah, I love those guys so much. Like, they're so amazing. We went on tour with them once, and it was like the funnest tour I'd had in a really long time. And they were just so, they really welcomed us. They were the nicest guys ever, like just so like friendly, and made it really enjoyable for us to be there. And you know, we didn't feel sort of going into like these, you know, state arenas and stuff, and there's like huge crowds, and they just like made us feel really comfortable. And we've stayed in touch with them, and they put on such a fun show as well. Like, their show just like will fill you with joy.
did you check out some of their albums?
Yeah.
What's your favorite song?
Oh God, I'm not good with the titles. What was the epic one? Oh, you're gonna have to cut that question, because I can't remember the titles of the songs. But they have so many, like, really, like, loads of their songs. It's just like hit after hit after hit, isn't it? When you go to their show, it's just like, oh, I love this one, and then you're like, oh, I love this one, and it just like climaxes. Really, the show is so good. Yeah, they're good. They've got the pop hits for sure, but like in a cool, like, it's just a really cool story as well, because it's just three guys. Do you know what I mean? It just seems really, I think it would be inspiring for people, because it's like, it seems like it gives the message that like, oh, anyone can do this, because it's like we're just friends and we hung out and played shows, and they had such a loyal fan base that they've just built and built and built over the years, and now it's like they have such an amazing career, and I think they're really inspiring.
I think they basically try to keep it simple,
Yeah.
and make it the more effective
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kate Nash, thanks for sharing some time with us.
Thanks.
I hope you have some better weather than Papa Roach did this afternoon.
They still rocked it though.
Oh, they totally did.
Yeah.
And can't wait to see you live on stage and back in Berlin in October.
Cool. See you then.